Welcome back to Talk of the Town. The pediatrician is here. If you've got a question for the doctor, 615-737-5500. Again, 615-737-5500. And as they screen a couple of those calls, we'll start with a question for you. Big warning came out yesterday from CDC concerning those pods that a lot of folks are using for a laundry detergent. So talk about that real quick.
You know, they're just so colorful and so gorgeous and look like candy. Mm-hmm. And you have an alternative. You can buy laundry detergent in other ways. So I guess the bottom line is if you're a parent of small children that you just can't trust, leave them alone for a second. They find things, they get on a chair, push it up. Don't buy laundry detergent in that way.
Okay.
And if you're going to, you better find a lock and key in the highest shelf, and probably if you have small children, it's just a better idea to buy it in a different way, something that is not easy to grab and put in the mouth, because it is really a bad substance.
Yeah, because you're right. Well, you think you're watching them all the time. It only takes a second or two for them to find it.
I think I'm the most cautious person ever. When people come in with an accident and something that happened and they feel so horrible, I tell them the things that happened to me. So you can never be too cautious. Even with my own children, some things happened, and you know, we all try hard. They're just impossible to completely baby-proof.
And if you will talk about the flu, make sure that those kids get the flu shot. Flu shot's an option, but also the mist is very good, especially I've got kids in my family who didn't like the needle.
Yeah. Oh, we have a great option with the flu mist, ages 2 to 49. And flu shot under 2 or older than 49, and of course a flu shot for any age as well. But the most important is to be vaccinated. After RSV, our #1 cause of hospitalization in children is influenza. And everybody's worried about Ebola, but the most likely thing to get your child in the hospital this winter is influenza.
Definitely. So make sure that you are taking precautions there. I've got 3 with me right now. You're on the air live with the doctor. Go ahead with your question, please.
Yes, I would like to know, I got 2 grandbabies that got colds and their nose is kind of stuffed up and crusty. I just want to know, how do I get it out without hurting them?
Well, you know, the nose is an infinite source of boogers, and it amazes me how a child so small can make so much snot. And you'll never get it all out. So if it just sounds noisy and it's not bothering the kid, leave it alone. Now, in children in general, we are not allowed to use cough and cold medicines much anymore. They had a lot of side effects and they weren't shown to be really that effective. So mostly all we can use is antihistamines, good old Benadryl, Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra, and then the saline washes in the noses are all good. But otherwise, if it's not bothering them, just let them snot a bit and use a Kleenex. You'll never get it all.
That's for sure. All right, Amy, thank you for watching, and go ahead with your question, please. Hey, Amy, you're on the air live with the doctor.
Yes. My question is regarding my grandson. He is 31 months old, has a very strong family history of ear infections. He's had tubes put in his ears, but his speech seems to be very delayed. He is just using one word, and a lot of times it's very hard to understand. Is that normal? Is that something to do with those ears?
Of course, to develop good speech, you need good hearing. But if he had tubes and it's been managed, I wouldn't think that would be your issue. And so, but even if it is the issue, you still need to deal with it. And one of my jobs is developmental screening. And in the last 10 years, pediatrics has really upped the developmental screening, especially 18 months 2, added a checkup at 2.5. So now, instead of seeing him at 2 and then 3, I also see him at 2.5. And that's about where you are now, and they have to meet certain developmental milestones. And our state has a program called Tennessee Early Intervention System, and it sounds like this would be something for your child. You can call them yourself, or your doctor can refer them. They can evaluate and see if your child needs speech therapy, and we start young now.
Okay.
We don't start at kindergarten.
All right. Well, as always, great information. Thank you for being with us today. You will find Dr. Dundon and her team at Goodlettsville Pediatrics.